Alright guys, so today we are going to be looking at the definitions of domain and range and what makes a function. Alright, so 1. Draw a circle around all the words that mean x values and underline all the words that means y values. So x values are always my input, my domain, and they are my independent variables. Alright, so then y values are my output, my range. They are my dependent variable because they depend on my value of x, and they are also my f of x. So the next question is, how can you tell a relation is a function? So you can tell because x has only one y value associated with it. Alright, so let's look at number 3. Is number 3 a function? So I've got 2, 5, negative 2, 5, negative 3, 6, 2, 6. Well, because you have an x value of 2 and 2, and there's 2 different outputs, nope. Alright, so let's look here. So 2, 5, negative 2, 5, negative 3, 5, 3, 5. So I know you're probably like, wait, it's not a function, and they all have the same y values. But if you look at your x's, they're all different. So yes, this is a function. Alright, so for number 5, is this graph a function? Yes, it passes the vertical line test. So if I look here, so if I were to draw some vertical lines, it only hits the function once. So for number 6, it is not, because guess what? It hit my function twice. Alright, so I want to create a table mapping, a mapping diagram, and graph for the function f of x equals 2x plus 1 with the domain negative 1, 0, and 1. Alright, so here's my x's, negative 1, 0, 1. Alright, so when I plug in negative 1, negative 2 plus 1 would be negative 1. When I plug in 0, I end up with 1. And when I plug in 1, I end up with 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Alright, so there's my table. So now I'm going to create my mapping diagram. So I have negative 1, 0, 1. And then negative 1, 1, 3. So let's draw some arrows. So there's my mapping diagram. And then let's go ahead and graph my function. So at negative 1, 0, 1, and 1, 3. So then there's my function. So there's a quick review of functions, a little bit of function notation, and what it means when it's the input and the output, the domain and the range, dependent variable, independent variable.